Hey everyone, people like this when I did this for the Elijah Moore trade demand. So I figured I will come back and do it for the real trade. We had one of, I don't know if this is the biggest, but this might be the biggest that I can remember. And someone please tell me in the comments or the chat if I'm wrong, but the biggest in season fantasy football trade I can remember in my time. I played since 2009. I don't remember another in-season trade quite to this level. This is one of the top 5 fantasy running backs. You can say top 5 no matter what. You could say 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to say. But this is one of the best fantasy players. Changing teams in the middle of a season is very unprecedented. Now, if you're here, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. I always appreciate that. Yeah, I don't see too many people in the live chat, but that's okay. I'm not not too worried about it. I figure it's a Friday night. Most people will be watching this after. But if you're here, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe and all of that. So I think we'll start with the Christian McCaffrey side of where he's going to be now and start with the 49ers. So let's talk about, I'll do a little quick discussion of seasonal, and then we'll go into Dynasty a little bit after that. So I would say on the 49ers this week, Christian McCaffrey, they say he's going to be limited, active. It's a tough situation. It's a matchup against Kansas City. I would obviously want to start him. I think you have to start Christian McCaffrey if he's active. I don't think you can put Christian McCaffrey on the bench. I think that's getting a little too cute. But just to account for some of the risk, I have him ranked at RB 13 this week. So just behind Dameon Pierce and Kenneth Walker, and ahead of Ramondre Stevenson, with Damian Harris looking like he's going to come back, ahead of DeAndre Swift. So I have him at RB 13. And then I have Jeff Wilson has dropped for me to RB 30. I would not want to play him. It's a big risk with CMC in there. I think CMC is going to take the value touches, but it is against Kansas City. They're not great against the run, and I'm fine throwing Jeff Wilson out there as a desperation flex if you have nothing else. But Jeff Wilson was like a top 15 running back, close to top 10 before this. So now he's down at 30. You might have to make alternative arrangements. Now, as for the rest of the team, I will say this is a little bit scary in terms of the target share. Deebo Samuel role is over. It's over. There's not going to be, maybe this week there will be, but in the future, there isn't going to be a Deebo Samuel role. Christian McCaffrey will play any Deebo Samuel role will be played by Christian McCaffrey. So there will be no Deebo Samuel role. Deebo Samuel will revert to his role at the beginning of 2021, which I might remind you was a high-end wide receiver 1. So when he was playing mostly wide receiver, he will be a wide receiver now. I do think it hurts him a little bit. This week, I still have him at wide receiver 9, but I really, I don't think he's going to be the top 5 option that we wanted. And then, I have some concerns with Brandon Ayuk, but I think it's a high-scoring game. I'm not going to make too many big adjustments with CMC coming in midweek. I have Brandon Ayuk for this week at wide receiver 27, but I am a little concerned. George Kittle, I have him at tight end 3. It's against Kansas City. It's going to be a high-scoring game. But again, I am concerned. In Dynasty, I have concerns that this offense is just, especially when Trey Lance comes back, it's going to be running more and more, is just not going to be able to support all of these weapons. So I do have some concerns for the long-term value of Brandon Ayuk, the long-term value of Deebo Samuel, and also the long-term value of George Kittle. Although tight end is just so barren that there's just nothing you can probably do. You probably are, if you have George Kittle, you're going to start him anyway. If you have Deebo Samuel, you're going to start him anyway. Brandon Ayuk, we're going to have to see as we proceed. This does give a big boost to Jimmy G, though, because we know what Christian McCaffrey does for his quarterback. The quarterback with Christian McCaffrey suddenly has a dump-off option, and those points count as passing yards. So Jimmy G, I had him at quarterback 14. behind Daniel Jones, behind Jared Goff. I'm going to move him up to quarterback 12 for the week against Kansas City. I think his floor has really been improved by this acquisition. So quarterback 12 this week. Solid quarterback 2 moving for the rest of the season with these weapons. He's fine. Jimmy G is fine. He's too good to flop with all of these weapons. He's not Drew Lock or someone like that. Would you do Kenneth Walker for Amon-Ra straight up? Yes, I would. I would take Amon-Ra. And then would I do Kenneth Walker and Myers for Amon-Ra in redraft? That's closer. I think I would, in redraft, I'd go with Walker and Myers. Myers is high-end 3, I think, at the moment. Although it might be a downgrade if Mac Jones comes back in for Bailey Zappi. Not that Mac Jones is an inferior talent, but Bailey Zappi seems to more be throwing it all over the place. Panthers fan. Oh, I'm so sorry. What quarterback do you think we take next year, assuming a top 3 pick? Well, I mean, I don't know. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud are the names on people's mouths. I do think the Panthers are not going to go forward with any quarterback they have, but it's a question of, are they high enough to get one of those players, or do they go into the Jimmy G business or something like that? But they're not going to go forward with Baker or Sam Darnold. Those guys suck, and we all know it. All right. 26 targets a game for DJ Moore with no Christian McCaffrey or Robbie Anderson. I do think this is somewhat of a bump to DJ Moore's target share because there's no other choice, but the offense is going to be so putrid that I don't know if it's going to move. I worry that this could be similar to a Darnell Mooney situation where, yeah, he's the only target, but the offense is so bad and it just doesn't move, and you just can't trust him. I'm not playing him this week against Tampa anyway. I have DJ Moore at wide receiver 46, so he's completely off my radar. This is the team. With PJ Walker, is a no for me. I'm just not playing him with PJ Walker. When Sam Darnold comes in, I think I'll reconsider, but not with PJ Walker. If any team shows running back, doesn't matter. Wouldn't it be the Niners? Love it for Carolina. Yeah, it's a good move by Carolina. I mean, the compensation, I think, I have it here. Let me take a look at that. A second round pick. I think it was second, third, and fourth, I believe. Second, third, and fourth, was it? Yeah, something in that area. Second, third, fourth, and fifth in 2024. So a big package. a big package trade, yeah. But yes. It's a good move. So let's talk about a little bit from the 49ers. Well, let's talk about the Panthers from a start-sit perspective because there's less to go on there. With PJ Walker in, I'm starting nobody. I'm not touching either Deonta Foreman or Chuba Hubbard this week. I have Deonta Foreman. I running back 40. I'm not playing him. I'm not playing him against Tampa Bay. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. With PJ Walker, it's just asking for it. I have Chuba Hubbard even lower. I have Chuba Hubbard at 47. I do think that they will split the work, but I think on most weeks, you're not going to be able to start either. If I had to choose one, it would be Foreman. Normally, they'd be farther apart, but the game script's going to be so bad that I would lean more toward Chuba in this one than I would otherwise. But I still have Foreman ahead at 40. Would you give Mixon a mid-late first for Higgins or for Waddle? It's kind of pricey. I'd rather not do that. Swap Mooney and Dobbins for DJ and a mid to high 23 first. Well, I love it because that mid to high 23 first is probably worth more than those two players combined. J.K. Dobbins is dead to me after another delay, another injury, another 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, I don't want to hear about another delay. I mean, why it's been a delay? The whole thing is a delay. So that's no good. So it's a good move. Play Jeff Wilson or McKissick? I would play Jeff Wilson still. McKissick is in a 3-way timeshare. And we know that Christian McCaffrey is not going to get all the work. So, yeah, I would still play Jeff Wilson. But this is the kind of thing where it's impossible to really know. I have no idea how many snaps Christian McCaffrey is going to play, and neither do you. And I don't even think Kyle Shanahan knows. So it's just a guess. But McKissick is in a 3-way timeshare. I don't want to play him. You can only play Brian Robinson in that backfield. McKissick cannot play Gibson. I have them at 36 and 37. You can play them if you're desperate, but I'd rather play Wilson and just take my chances that CMC really is limited. And then Wilson is a great play. So yeah, or Wilson just vultures 1 touchdown. honestly, over McKissick. Okay, so let's go back to the Panthers. I mean, from a dynasty perspective, it kind of is what it is with the backs there. I mean, I can move Donta Foreman up a few spots, but I'm really not that interested. Like I don't think he's a real dynasty asset. I don't think he's going to be someone you want moving forward. Move him up a little bit, I guess. Chuba Hubbard, I think, is going to just see a little bit more of a receiving role. Again, not someone I really want. Like the answer, they just acquired a bunch more late round picks. The future answer to this backfield is not currently on the team. So I don't want either of these guys. And unfortunately, I believe as they both are healthy, you're neither is going to be top 30. Neither is going to be a top 30 play. This offense is so bad. If it's a 60-40 committee with Foreman as the leader, he's still not going to be a top 30 back. Kenyon Drake or ETN? I'm going to go ETN, even with the injury. Go ETN. Start 2, Dobbins, Higgins, or Kenneth Walker. I'll go Godwin for sure. I have Godwin at very high. I have Godwin at wide receiver 7. And then Higgins, I have at 13. Kenneth Walker, I have at 12. Running back 12? So I'll go with Higgins. Oh, I hope so. But Aaron Rodgers has been so bad. So what is there else to talk about, really, with the impact of this? So talked dynasty perspective. I mean, Chris McCaffrey's value didn't really change. A little bit of concerns with the other 49ers weapons. In terms of the Panthers, this just shows that they're tanking. Again, I'm not running out to get Deonta Foreman or Chuba Hubbard. I really think that offense is putrid. I think it's going to be a committee. I don't like them. DJ Moore maybe gets a little bit revived with the target share, but I honestly would still rather he finds himself another team over getting revived on this team. So let's wait and see on that. And then, whoever comes back in at quarterback is going to be totally unusable for the Panthers for the rest of the season. They're going to be outside the top 20 every week and outside the top 25 in most weeks. So, not too much dynasty impact. I think the big thing is it just kind of kills the other running backs in San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell is just dead in the water. There you go. Is Debo still a wide receiver 1? Borderline. But let's see how it goes. He's no longer a high-end 1. Now we're talking about wide receiver 10 or so on a given week. Elijah Mitchell is unfortunately dead. Yeah, I moved him down. He's in the value range of guys like, maybe he's a little low because it is running back, but he's kind of in the value range of guys like Alexander Mattison, Zamir White, Tyler Algier. Just like not. He has some potential as Christian McCaffrey's handcuff, but then Tyrion Davis-Price could still work in. I don't know. He's someone I don't know how to value. I obviously dropped him significantly down the ranks, but how low should I put him? He's kind of in with like below Isaiah Spiller, but in that kind of value range. And then, there's still Jeff Wilson, who I don't know what his role is going to be, but we'll see. I do expect that when CMC gets ramped up, everyone else is just going to be irrelevant. So kind of kills everyone else there. It sucks. But I don't know. Elijah Mitchell has 2 more years on his rookie deal, and Tyrion Davis-Price has 3 more. So I don't really know what they're doing. They're just going to, they're going to be relegated to bit part roles, I guess. I can't see anything else. So Jeff Wilson will be the RB4 maybe. I don't know. Weird situation in San Francisco. We'll see. I don't think anyone's going to be traded out of there, but it's possible. But that's pretty much it for the dynasty impact. It's not a huge. I mean, it is huge, but it's not as impactful to the player being moved as Elijah Moore or DJ Moore being traded would be. That would change everything for them. Whereas Christian McCaffrey, I did not change in my dynasty rankings. He stayed in the exact same spot. So nothing changed. Slightly less work, but I would say more competition for targets, but a better offense. So his touchdown expectancy is higher. So overall, cancel those things out. Nothing changes. If you like the video, the live stream, let's see if he gets traded first. We still have time on that. If you like the video, like the live stream, toss it a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel. Comments are really the thing that drives the algorithm on these videos. So if you can do that, that's the most helpful. but likes and subscriptions are also, of course, also great. And yeah, I appreciate everyone. 2 surprise streams this week, and a short, so a lot going on. And I will see you all Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern for a weekly recap, and then Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for SDLF, and those will both be here at simulcast. SDLF and my recap will be native on here. And then yes, I would buy DJ Moore for that price. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching, and peace out.